The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning, everyone. Scott Earhart here with Insurance Agency Marketing Services, and Happy New Year to you all. I think we're going to get the first webinar of IAMS 2020 calendar off with a pretty good-sized bang here. Pretty excited. We're going to take a look at a really innovative carrier and their suite of products. That carrier is Nassau Life and Annuity. In order to take a deep dive into what Nassau brings to the table, we've got our relationship manager and regional VP, Jake Quagliaroli, on with us. Jake, can you hear us?
Scott, I sure can. Can you hear me?
I got you, buddy. Hey, appreciate you taking some time for us today. Really excited for the presentation, so thank you. Before we hand it over to Jake, I'm going to go through just a few housekeeping items, a few introductory slides, and then we'll get going. First housekeeping item, and probably the most important thing you'll hear out of my mouth today, is in the top right-hand corner of your screen. That is our phone number. It is 800-255-5055. If there is anything we can be doing to help you, life or annuity markets, please do not hesitate to give us a call. Second housekeeping item, polling questions. Throughout the presentation today, I'm going to launch a total of 3 polling questions. They are just simple yes or no clicks, so if you would please take the time to participate in those, we'd really appreciate that. And then final housekeeping item, questions. We've got, 45 minutes, an hour scheduled for this presentation today, so we're going to throw quite a bit of information at you in a fairly condensed time period. I would tell you that any questions you have, feel free to type them into the questions box. We'll do the best we can to get those answered while we are live and in session. And if we don't get them answered while we're live, we'll certainly follow up with you, make sure we get them answered for you. That being said, let's get into some introductory slides, and I want to start with business builders. This slide is all about IAMS partnering with you to help you grow your business. One great way that we do that is through our referred producer program. Here on the wholesale side of the industry, very, very similar to your business there in the field, in that one of the best leads we could ever obtain is from one of our valued clients with a referral. So we want to make it worth your while to refer individuals over to us. When you refer an advisor over to us and they pick up any license through IAMS, we're going to send you a $50 thank you check. Now, where the real money comes in is as that producer rights premium, you will receive a 20 basis point override on that. Steve Murray, Charles Heyer, and Curtis, our ownership group, they sign those checks at least quarterly, and they do sign checks for thousands and thousands of dollars at a time. So very, very lucrative for you. If you can think of anyone that could benefit from doing business with us here at IAMS, please email me their contact information, scott@imsinc.com. Type it into the questions box, or when we call to follow up, let us know who they are. We'll do the best we can to get them recruited over to IAMS and get you on your way to earning some referred producer dollars. Now, below that is our marketing reimbursement program, probably our most popular program that we offer. Rough numbers on that: every $100,000 in FIA premium you place through IAMS, you get $100 into your marketing reimbursement account. What makes this so popular and lucrative is that we put very, very few restrictions on our marketing reimbursement. We're not going to tell you what vendors you have to use. We're not going to tell you when you have to use that money or cap how much you can earn. We truly, truly do think of this as your money, and we think of it as a great way for us to help you partner in your business and help you grow your practice. If you have any questions on either program, please let me know. I'd love to go into detail with you on it. New producer builders, this slide is going to be geared towards individuals who are new to IAMS, or if this is your first introduction to us here at IAMS. This is all based on your premium within your first 180 days of being licensed with us. As you can see right now, there are 3 great levels to choose from: $100,000, $300,000, $500,000 level. When you qualify at that level or a specific level, you can choose from great options inside of that level: cash rewards, business building tools, personal perks, a lot of great stuff in there. And I will say this before we move on, keep an eye out. We're revamping the new producer builders. I think it's going to become a lot more lucrative for individuals. and there's going to be some really unique things being offered inside of that. So keep your eye out for some new producer builder information. Back office support. This slide is the core of who we are here at IAMS, how we were founded some 30, I think almost 34 years ago now. And that's helping you to work smarter and not harder. We're going to do that with great business building tools and resources. You've seen some of that just in the introduction here. Case design assistance, life and annuity quotes. I'm sure you've all tried to call into our office before, and you know that we've got the 3-ring guarantee. So a live person will answer your phone call within 3 rings. We also do a 24-hour guarantee on illustrations and case design. So if you need our expertise in helping you build case design, we can do that, and we guarantee you that we'll have it to you within 24 hours of your request. Most times it's going to be actually within a couple of hours, but we can't always live up to that standard. We can't always live up to the 24-hour guarantee. Forms at your fingertips. A lot of great ways that we can help you access forms more quickly. Our website has many forms. Phone number 800-255-5055. We can certainly get you whatever you need emailed or shipped out to you. So really easy to get the forms you need. Top sales coaching and expertise. We've got national sales coaches out there that are willing to, and IAMS pays them to help coach our advisors. In order to be a sales coach here at IAMS, not only do you have to talk the talk, but you have to walk the walk as well. And what that means is, in order for you to be considered a sales coach at IAMS, you've got to be in the upper 1% of commission and fee earners in our industry. So these are top producers that are definitely willing to help you grow your business and definitely want to help you grow your business. So if you'd like to learn more about sales coaches, please let us know. We can certainly help you with that. And then the final bullet point, paperless contracting. We've all been in the business long enough, and we know the pain of filling out individual licensing agreements. That's done. Now, simply what we would ask you to do would be fill out one set of paperwork. We'll upload you onto the SuranceBay platform, and we can add in new contracting for you with a simple click of a button in your authorization. So if there are any questions about any of that information, please let us know. We do have an in-house creative team here. IAMS Creative. We've got a lot of great stuff that is just ready to go for you. Turnkey solutions, things that we've already built out that we can just smack your logo, contact information on, and have it ready for you to disseminate to your clients and prospects. Speaking of logo, agency solutions. If you haven't had a consistent logo and brand designed for your business, I'd tell you to give us a call. Talk with Jacob or Sean in our creative team here at the Omaha office. We can certainly get that loaded up for you. We can get to work on that for you. It really will help you in your business with a consistent brand as far as name recognitions, things like that. It really, really does help. And then digital solutions, of course, websites, digital marketing strategies, email consulting, newsletters online, as well as social media consulting. We can certainly help you with any digital needs you may have. Our website, IAMSinc.com, a lot of great stuff there. A lot of new things going on constantly. We did just add Firelight onto the website. So when we're done with this presentation today, if you haven't registered at IAMSinc.com, I'd tell you go out, register on the website. A lot of great tools for you to use there. Retirement Analyzer. This is one of my favorite slides that I have in here because this is a great tool that we make available to all of our advisors. If you're not using some type of software system to help you to help guide your clients on why you're making the recommendations that you are making, I'd tell you to take a look at Retirement Analyzer. And the reason we're so far behind Retirement Analyzers, it's really a holistic analysis of your client's current financial situation. And then not only does it give them great analysis, I believe it helps you close more business because in very, very plain language, you can show your client why you're making the recommendation you're making and how much longer their money will last into their retirement years. That being said, Marcus Solar here in our office is our point man for Retirement Analyzer. So if you would like more information on it, just give Marcus a call and he'll be more than happy to get you out some information on it. IAMS Wealth Management. As I talk about our RIA IAMS Wealth, I'm going to launch our first polling question of the day, asking you if you would like more information on IAMS Wealth. If you click yes, what you're going to do is, or what you're going to receive, is an automated email with some information about IAMS Wealth, and then a phone call from Mike Hansen, who is actually our Chief Compliance Officer, I believe, as well as one of our onboarding specialists to chat with you a bit about who they are and what they do to help advisors. IAMS Wealth is a little over 2 years old now. We've seen a ton of organic growth with it, more than we could have expected. And we're very, very pleased with that. We developed a platform that is very robust, very client and advisor friendly technology wise, and we're doing it with one of the industry's lowest fee structures. So we've seen a lot of clients get really pleased with what it costs to have their money managed, and a lot of advisors that are very, very interested in doing that. We did design IAMS Wealth to help our core client, the IMO insurance rep, become an RIA. And we've got great training partners to help achieve that goal. If you are considering adding assets under management into your practice, I would implore you to click yes and have that conversation with Mike. And where we've seen some really nice growth is actually from existing IARs moving blocks of business to us. So I tell you, if you are currently an IAR, click yes, kick the tires on IAMS Wealth a little bit. I think you'll be really impressed with our platform, our technology offerings, and our overall fee structure. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and close down today's poll. So if you haven't taken the time to click yes or no, please do so now and we'll get moving on. All right. Thank you, everyone. Moving on, I'm going to launch a poll back to back here, and I do apologize for that, but this is a very timely poll. Right now, I'm going to ask you if you're interested in one of our 2020 Life and Annuity Academies. I don't have dates yet, but we are quickly approaching the announcement of dates. We will hold 3 to 4 Life and Annuity Academies in 2020. What we do in our academies these are all expenses paid, and we will fly you in on a Wednesday. We'll have an evening session that Wednesday. We'll have a full day session on Thursday, and then we'll have a morning session Friday, and break right about midday. Hopefully, have you on a plane shortly thereafter and home in time for dinner is our goal. What we do in our Life and Annuity Academies is we'll bring in all the department heads from our internal team. So you'll meet Curtis Hawks, the head of our life team. You'll meet Charles R. Hiring, the head of our RIA. You'll meet Jacob Tedlock, the head of our creative team. Amber Williams, the head of our new business team. I will be there as I head up the annuity department here at IAMS. And what we talk about while we are at these, or while we are giving our presentations, are all the different things that we bring to the table here at IAMS. Different sales ideas, different topics, different ways to utilize our services and maximize your sales potential. We will also bring in at least 4 of our sales coaches from throughout the country. And as I talked about on a previous slide, these individuals are top producers in the industry. And what they do is they show you exactly what it is that they do in their daily practice to in our daily practice or their daily practice that makes them so successful, and give you the ability to take that home, implement it in your practice, and hopefully achieve that same level of success. So very, very, very valuable information here. Again, we are going to have 3 to 4. When you click yes on this poll, you'll receive the automated email. And what that also does for you is it puts you on our interested parties list. And that is the first group we notify when we announce dates. So you will be the first individuals notified and given the ability to apply for attendance at the upcoming academy. That being said, I'm going to close this one down as well. So if you haven't clicked yes or no, if you would do so, certainly appreciate everyone's participation there. Okay, moving on. We are still qualifying for our Baja Oasis trip. Qualification on that does end June 30th. So if you'd like details on how you can qualify for that trip, let us know. Certainly love to chat with you about that. And then we are continuing to qualify for the large marketing summit in 2021. Qualification will run through the end of December. 3.5 million in trip credits to get you there. We will be at the Secrets in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. Very excited about this. Secrets, we've utilized them before for marketing summits. Fantastic all-inclusive property. So probably the nicest all-inclusive property I've ever been on. Really excited to see a new location of theirs in Puerto Vallarta. If you'd like more details or where you stand, let us know. I can certainly get that information out for you. And then we did announce an extension trip for the Elite Summit. Basically, top 15 advisors with IAMS will qualify for an extension down to the Four Seasons in Punta Mita. If you have any questions on that, please let us know as well. And with that being said, I am going to stop talking and hand control over to Jake to get into the meat and potatoes of today's presentation. And Jake, I believe you should have control here shortly.
All right, let's see. I see it popping up. Let's see if we can make this technology work to start the year. What do you say, Scott?
I think it's working because I can see it now.
You got it? All right, let's get this screen a little bit bigger. There we go. Awesome. Well, Scott, thank you again for the intro, and for those of you that are working with IAMS or maybe are not working with IAMS, you can see why I'm extremely excited to kick the year off with this webinar. It's a partnership that us at Nassau believe there's a ton of value. You won't find many other organizations out there that offer the type of all-encompassing sort of promotional material that you've got with IAMS, whether that be putting money back into your business, helping you grow your business, access to coaches. So again, thank you for the opportunity. Happy New Year to everybody on the call. Excited to, again, kick off this year. And as you see by our tagline, sort of changing things up if you've seen us present in the past. This year I'm running with getting you through retirement, not just to retirement. And what you're going to see with a lot of the prospects and clients that you're talking with, many of them have done a good job of collecting and collecting assets and building momentum, but maybe not necessarily having a plan in place of how they're going to be able to get through retirement. And what you're going to see with our portfolio, industry-leading guarantees, industry-leading accumulation opportunities. We're going to help give you the tools and resources, give you the product solutions to complete that puzzle and put it all together. So without further ado, let's get things rolling. Let's dive into the meat of our presentation. What I'm going to talk about up front is, again, the opportunity that we have in front of us. If you look at changes made in the Nassau portfolio from really about the fourth quarter on, you're going to see a company really driven for success and sales growth. We want to build our partnerships with you out in the field, putting together business and putting together sales. Back in September of last year, we increased the payout factors on our already industry-leading personal income annuity product, a product designed from a guaranteed income perspective. You're going to see we increase payout factors anywhere from 3 to 5% across the board. We launched Nassau Growth Annuity, one of the more exciting accumulation products in the industry today. And we're going to spend a lot of time today really talking through and highlighting the strength of this product. But in addition to that, we're going to talk about the Nassau Elite program, ways that, again, we can compensate you for your opportunity and for your business. But before we get there, I'm going to take 2 quick slides and, again, talk about the opportunity we have in front of us. I always feel it's good to sort of hit that reset button. As we're starting from scratch in 2020, it's a good idea to look at the opportunity that we have in front of us. Talk about getting people through retirement, not just to retirement. And when you think about that, the 6 most important years of retirement planning are the 3 years immediately pre-retirement and the 3 years immediately post-retirement. Now, we all know we can't control volatility. We can't control what the president's going to tweet. We can't control what happens internationally. But what we do know we can do is reposition assets to help minimize volatility, minimize risk, minimize fees, and really align what we're trying to do, what our clients are trying to do with products that meet those benefits. Or as I like to say, help them understand the problem that I believe most consumers today aren't even aware that they have. And what I mean by that is take a look at this chart in front of you. We're in the midst of a historical bull market run, a little over 11 years, average returns of over 16% in the open marketplace. What happens following these bull markets? And that's bear market corrections. Corrections where we see the market end up 20% lower than the starting value. Average bear market lasts a little over a year, about 14, 15 months, with average corrections in the 35 to 40% range. Think about the target client that you're working with, the target prospect that you're talking with. What type of impact would a 35 to 40% market correction have if their assets had all full market exposure? What type of impact would a correction like that have on their assets or their plan for retirement? And again, what we can do with the products that we offer, understanding their plan, is reallocate wealth, reallocate their assets to meet the plan and help minimize volatility and minimize risk. So let's start diving into the product solution side of the portfolio. Again, why I believe there's a great partnership here with everything that IAMS has to offer you. And now you've got some of the industry-leading solutions through the Nassau portfolio. But as you go through your fact find and sit down with clients, what we feel is if we can put together a product solution, really about 4 areas that, based on their concerns and their risks, if we can design a product to maximize the benefits in these 4 areas, we're going to be able to solve a majority of solutions or challenges a consumer is going to have. First and foremost is income. And you're going to see with the Nassau Personal Income Annuity, the industry-leading guaranteed lifetime income product in the marketplace today. Maybe that client has have the need for competitive income, but they're also concerned about legacy planning, as well as critical care, long-term care type concerns. But maybe they're no longer able to qualify or afford products with those types of benefits. That's where you're going to enter the personal protection choice, a product that was designed to give you a very competitive income, but also give you enhanced death benefit, as well as nursing home, in-home care enhancements. Last but not least, and focused on the newest product in our portfolio, maybe that client is looking for accumulation. So they're still looking to maximize their growth, but their risk tolerance is coming down. So we need to, again, start repositioning assets so that we can get assets away from the open market. And that's where you're going to enter the Nassau Growth Annuity. Again, one of the more exciting products from an accumulation standpoint, newest product inside of our portfolio, and a product that's really generated a significant amount of marketing buzz since this thing rolled out about 2-3 months ago. But let's first and foremost focus on the Nassau Personal Income Annuity. Just like the product name says, this product was designed to be a leader in that guaranteed income space. How do we do that? We do it by giving you and your client the opportunity to elect between 2 different income riders, income today and income tomorrow. Income today is designed for a client who's looking to turn on income. So they're transitioning from the accumulation to the distribution phase within the first 2 to 3 years after the product issues. If that's the situation, the client's going to elect the income today rider. And what that client's going to receive is an immediate 30% bonus to their benefit base only. So think about this, client with a $100,000 premium. They know they're going to turn income on as soon as 30 days after issue or within 2 to 3 years after product issue. That $100,000 immediately has a benefit base of $130,000. So again, if that client were to turn on income within the first 12 months, that income is going to be based off of $130,000. Let's say that client, though, defers for at least a year. So we hit that first contract anniversary. At the end of that first anniversary, again, client has not turned on that lifetime income rider, we add a 7.5% bonus to that benefit base. And then at the end of the second anniversary or 24th month, we add another 7.5% bonus to the benefit base, giving that client a full 45% bonus to the income account. Think about the strength. Think about what we talked up front. The 6 most critical years of retirement planning are the 3 years immediately pre and the 3 years immediately post-retirement. If we were able to give that client a guaranteed 45% boost to their income account, what type of impact would that have on the lifestyle they want to live throughout their retirement days? What type of income would that have? What type of bonus would that have if we then experienced a bear market correction where in the open markets, assets decline 20, 30, maybe even 40%? Huge peace of mind for your client. Maybe that client's time horizon is a little bit longer, so they're thinking 4, 6, 7, 10 years down the road before they turn on income. That's where we're going to elect the income tomorrow rider. And what we do here is we guarantee your client's benefit base is going to grow at 14% simple per year for up to 10 years or until that client turns on that lifetime income rider, whichever comes first. Again, a great peace of mind when we think about helping clients understand the problem they don't even know they potentially have right now. And that's a potential for a bear market correction. If the markets, again, were to correct 20, 30, 40%, but you knew your client's income account was growing at 14% simple per year for up to 10 years. Again, a great peace of mind for a portion of a client's assets, trying to, again, get the maximum amount of income. A ton of flexibility, a ton of guarantees that you got with the personal income annuity. You can see what it means from an income perspective. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this slide because if you hadn't sold this product in the past, when we do a previous versus today, I don't think there's a lot of benefit. But here you can see if you had a 65-year-old client and they deferred 5 years, that income that they would receive is over $9,000, again, on a $100,000 premium. More importantly, competitively, take a look at the screen in front of you. What you see on the right-hand side of the screen is a client taking income within the first 5 years after issue. And you see the Nassau Personal Income Annuity is coming up #1 more often than any other product in the marketplace today. And to me, why that's important is, again, peace of mind for you. We can all run an illustration and say, hey, I know a client 2 years from today, they're going to turn on income. But what happens, and we can tell you which product is #1 in the industry. But what happens if that client's situation changes and maybe they needed to turn on income today or defer an additional 2 years, so we're 4 years down the road? What you saw with that chart is Nassau's coming up #1 more often than any other carrier out there. So if that client's situation changes, you know you're still giving them a very competitive guaranteed lifetime income, if not still the top guaranteed lifetime income in the industry today. That's what you've got with the personal income annuity, a product, again, that was designed to provide the highest amount of guaranteed lifetime income. Let's transition now, and let's take a look at the Personal Protection Choice product. This is a product that I'm out in the field talking with advisors, talking with marketing organizations, I consistently hear called the most consumer-friendly combo benefit product in the marketplace today. Look at the strength and design of this product. You can see this product is really designed to provide benefits in the 4 key areas of retirement planning. Income, same income today, income tomorrow rider that you had with personal income annuity. The difference, if you did a comparison of income, you're going to get about 5% less with Personal Protection Choice than you are with personal income annuity. So if the goal of the client is maximization of income or getting the highest amount of guaranteed lifetime income from the assets that they have, personal income annuity is going to be the solution every day of the week. If the client's looking for a competitive income, but maybe they also have legacy concerns, but they're not able to qualify or afford life insurance, that's where you can get the Personal Protection Choice, because you're going to get that competitive income, but you also have that family benefit rider, which is going to grow your client's premium at a guaranteed 10% simple through age 70, 5% simple age 71 to 85 for a maximum of 10 years. At time of death, the full enhanced death benefit is going to pass on to the beneficiary. So again, $100,000 premium, 60-year-old client. As long as that client doesn't take any withdrawals from the account, at age 70, they have a $200,000 enhanced death benefit. If that client were to pass away at age 70, that full $200,000 would be payable in a full lump sum to the beneficiary. Again, great peace of mind. We're addressing an income concern, but also legacy. Maybe, again, same thing. Client has critical care, nursing care, in-home care concerns, but they can't qualify or afford that type of contract. Again, Personal Protection Choice, we can now attach our care benefit. And what this does is it's going to increase your client's guaranteed lifetime income by up to 250% if they were to go into a nursing home. Or we're going to increase it up to 175% if that client's not able to fulfill 2 of 6 ADLs and they need in-home care. And that in-home care can be from a family member, a qualified care practitioner. Again, a lot of flexibility, a lot of strength in design that you have with the Personal Protection Choice. And last but not least, despite the fact that you're getting all of these benefits, you're not giving away accumulation. Take a look at some of the S&P 500 strategies you've got inside of the Personal Protection Choice. A 1-year strategy averaging a little short of 5% per year. A 2-year strategy over 6.3% per year. And a 3-year strategy over 9.3% per year. So when you put it all together, you're really going to be able to separate yourself from the competition, provide product solutions that give you the ability to address a lot of different concerns and risks a client might have while meeting the goals and covering the risks that they're going to have. And again, that's what you have with the Nassau Personal Protection Choice. Up to this point now, we've talked about the guarantees inside the Nassau portfolio. You saw industry-leading income with the personal income annuity. You saw one of the most consumer-friendly combo benefit products with the Personal Protection Choice. But what I'm excited to really talk about today and get on your sort of radar at the start of the year, 2020, is the Nassau Growth Annuity. This is the fastest growing product inside of our portfolio, obviously the newest one. But the buzz and momentum that we're getting, you're going to see a lot of sizzle with this product. And one of the other great things about that sizzle is in the design of this contract. There's a great story to be told from an accumulation standpoint. So just like the tagline says, let's amplify your clients' plans for a sound retirement. Let's help them not only get to retirement, which they've done a great job, but get them through retirement. High-level Nassau Growth Annuity. You see, we issue this contract through age 80 up to $1 million premium without prior home office approval. The sizzle of this product goes over on the right-hand side of the screen, and that's these 7 different indexing allocation strategies. And what you're going to see with these strategies, what I'm really going to focus on, is getting back to the basics. And what I mean by that is you're going to see a lot of S&P 500, or pretty much all S&P 500-driven crediting strategies. So many new crediting strategies out there today, and Nassau is guilty of it as well. But it's like you need a PhD. You need to be able to speak 4 different languages to be able to understand how these strategies work, how to find out how they're performing. We're getting away from that. We're going back to the basics with the Nassau Growth Annuity. And you're going to see that again with the 7 different indexing strategies. On top of that, you see a 7-year product design that allows up to 10% penalty-free withdrawal, as well as a 10-year product design that offers up to 5% penalty-free. And on that 10-year product version, you also have, jumping back to the left-hand side of the screen, the opportunity to attach our Amplified Income Plus rider. Again, a way to really amplify the client's lifetime income on a non-guaranteed basis inside of the Nassau Growth Annuity. And we'll break that down over the coming slides here. But last but not least, built into every single one of the products, either 7-year or 10-year product design, is what we have what we're calling our return of premium feature or return of fee. And this is, again, peace of mind, because you're going to see a couple different spots where there's a voluntary, again, voluntary, not mandatory fee potential. If your client ends up electing one of those strategies, what you're going to see, though, is that if the index doesn't end up performing, that client, worst case scenario, knows they're going to get that fee refunded at death or at the end of 7 or 10 years to be able to, again, give them that peace of mind to really shoot for maximum accumulation. Currently, right now, you see with this product, we're available in I believe, 44 states. We'll have several more states from an approval standpoint later this month. So if right now you don't see your state on this screen, know that it will be coming and it will be available within the next couple weeks to month or so. Here you can see where the current rates are. And again, this is where the real sizzle or the strength of this product lies. We're going to focus on that first rate column, so that 10-year Group A state. And you can see where the current rates are with this product. Fixed account currently at 2.8%. 1-year S&P 500 cap currently sits at 5.25%. You have a 1-year S&P 500 par rate. Base par rate, no cap, no spread, no fee of 45%. Very, very strong and competitive again in today's marketplace. As I mentioned, certain areas you're going to have the potential for a voluntary, not mandatory fee. With this 1-year S&P par strategy, you have the opportunity for 1% annual fee to buy up that participation rate up from 45% all the way up to 61%. And again, you can allocate between any of these 8 different strategies, and you can transition these assets on the marketplace, or excuse me, on the contract anniversary. So if you're in one of the strategies with an index fee, if that client at the end of the anniversary want to transition assets out, they can do that, and at that point in time, the fee will no longer apply. But you see what it does from a rate perspective. 1 year bumps from 45 to 61%. 2-year S&P 500 strategy. Base par rate, no cap, no spread, no fee, 61%. For a 1% annual fee, that 61% jumps all the way up to 83%. And last but not least, you can see our 2-year Smart Passage Index. Current base rate, no cap, no spread, no fee, 110% par rate. If they elect that 1% annual fee, it's going to bump that par rate from 110 all the way up to 150%. Again, very, very strong. And I'm going to spend a couple slides talking about this Smart Passage Index. Right now, it's where we're seeing about 70% of assets allocated to. And not only are you going to see the sizzle with it from an accumulation illustrative standpoint, but it's got a great story behind, a translatable story, a trackable story, which is really the strength of this Smart Passage Index. But take a look at some of the returns from a customized illustration standpoint. Here on the screen in front of you, you can see our 2-year S&P 500 without fee. So that base par rate of 61%. Over the last 10 years, $100,000 inside of this account would have grown to over $192,000, or a little north of 6.75% average annual return. Again, very, very strong competitive accumulation opportunity. But let's say that client were comfortable with that fee because of that return of premium or return of fee feature. So we paid that 1% annual fee and increased the par rate up to 83%. You can see inside of that Nassau growth annuity 10 years ago, $100,000 today sits at over $218,000, or a little over 8.1% average annual return over the last 10 years. Again, peace of mind. We talked up front, the 6 most critical years of retirement planning are the 3 years immediately pre and the 3 years immediately post-retirement. And we know at some point, we have baby boomers that are retiring at a record pace on a daily basis. And I'm not going to say it's going to happen tomorrow, a year from today, or 5 years from today, but at some point throughout their retirement days, they're going to be hit with a bear market correction, which again, industry averages 38% inside of our economy. If you have the potential to offer them over 8% average annual return in an S&P 500 strategy, all the while knowing you're getting the protection that you get inside of an index annuity, what kind of peace of mind does that give your client in terms of putting together a successful retirement plan and living the lifestyle or ensuring the lifestyle they want to live throughout their retirement days? And that's, again, what you're getting with the Nassau growth annuity, and that's what you see on the screen in front of you. What we did over the last 70 years is started an S&P 500 crediting strategy each and every single day. And during that 70-year span, we picked the best performing and the worst performing 10-year period. And then we went out across the industry and found the best performing S&P 500 strategy with all of our competitors. And what you see with the Nassau growth annuity is we're coming up number 1 in both of those areas, top 10 and worst 10. So what that means is whether the index or whether the open markets are averaging 16% per year like they have the last 10, or they're averaging 2% per year, you know inside the Nassau growth annuity, you're giving your client the highest opportunity or potential for return. And that's peace of mind and helping them, again, ensure the lifestyle they want to live throughout their retirement days. But let's transition and let's talk about this Smart Passage Index. This is, again, an index that I am extremely excited about the potential and the story behind it. You see out in the industry today a lot more conversation around low volatility indexes. And that's what we're doing with this Smart Passage Index, is we, again, went back over time. And over time, what you see is what they call the low volatility anomaly. And what that states is over time, low volatility stocks outperform high volatility stocks. We have a much more gradual return instead of the significant peaks and valleys. But how do you take that low volatility anomaly and design an indexing strategy back to the basics, S&P 500 focused, but still giving you the potential to outperform the S&P 500? So what we did with the Smart Passage is focus on that low volatility anomaly. And to do that, we're picking the 200 least volatile stocks inside of the S&P 500. And that's something that's being managed on a monthly basis where we're going back over the last 12 months to ensure we're truly highlighting the 200 least volatile stocks inside of the S&P 500. Now, where this index differentiates a little bit is once those 200 are identified, we then inverse weight them 1 to 200, with 1 being the least volatile of those 200 stocks. And that least volatile stock gets the highest weighting, or the highest sort of average, if you will, in terms of mirroring inside of this index. So we're going all in on this low volatility anomaly. From there, then we assign a 16.5% volatility target. As far as I know, one of, if not the top volatility target in the marketplace today. Why that's important to you is the higher the volatility target, what that means is the longer the client's going to have access to mirroring the index that they're tracking. If you have a low volatility target of, say, 5, 6, 7%, and volatility is out there moving at a pretty volatile market, we're going to hit that target fairly early. By having a higher volatility target, again, it allows your client to mirror the index for a longer period of time, giving them a higher accumulation potential. And remember, we're inside of an index annuity, so we already have that principal protection. And so that's what you have from a differentiator standpoint with this Nassau growth annuity, a design that was built to hopefully give you the potential to outperform the S&P 500. Low volatility anomaly, 200 least volatile stocks, inverse weighting with a high volatility target. The other two great differentiators that you have, first and foremost, you see some strategies out there that have been designed like this. They have a monthly cap. We're saying the highest you can potentially earn in any given month is 2, 3, 4%. Inside of this index, there is no monthly cap. So again, it's giving your client the potential for the highest level of returns. But on top of that, we also operate under the excess return rule. And why that's important, again, from a volatility standpoint, by operating under the excess return rule, what we're saying is we're never going to move those assets to cash. Based on where volatility lies, it's gonna adjust the amount that we're mirroring or tracking the index. Volatility target of 16.5%. If volatility is 16.5% in the open markets, we're tracking 100% of that index. If volatility jumps to 33%, we're going to mirror 50% of the index. So you're not having that open return, you're not having that open volatility. And if volatility drops to 8.25, we're actually increasing the amount that we're mirroring to 2 times what the index is doing. So these are the differentiators which allow us to really give that high accumulation potential. And take a look at how this index illustrates. Here we've got the 2-year Smart Passage Index with fees. We've got 150% par rate. If you put $100,000 into this account 10 years ago today, that $100,000 would sit at over $311,000, or over 12% average annual return. And actually that is increased. This was done back at the end of third quarter. If we illustrated it today, this return would be at 12.94%. Huge accumulation potential that you've got with the Nassau growth annuity. So we've talked about 3 different strategies from an accumulation standpoint. Again, you know that there's 8 different strategies inside of this account. Here you can see from a return standpoint how over the last 10, the best 10, the most recent 10, all these strategies has performed. And what you're going to see from a diversification standpoint is a lot of a great accumulation potential, a lot of great accumulation opportunity inside the Nassau growth annuity. We're able to put together all of these illustrations on a customized basis. You've got a great team, again, Scott mentioned it, their illustration capabilities, a great way to really put this together. And at the end of the day, what I want to highlight when we talk about the Nassau growth annuity is as volatility continues to sort of be a concern or a concept out there today, we can't forget about accumulation. When you look at a range of accumulation potentials, 3.25% all the way up to 12.04%, you can see what it means from a growth perspective. But then if we were able to transition those assets into the personal income annuity, you can see what it means from an income perspective for that client. A difference of over $11,000 by really giving your client maximum potential for accumulation. And again, that's what you've got with the Nassau portfolio with your partnership with IAMS. Quickly, let's take a minute or two and talk about the Amplified Income Plus rider. We mentioned it up front. It's something that's available on the 10-year product duration. The way the Amplified Income Plus rider works, again, optional rider. What we do is we guarantee your client's benefit base is going to grow at 3% simple per year for up to 15 years. In addition to that, your client's going to get 150% of index credits for that year. Once that client then elects to turn on income based on their attained age, we're going to take that payout factor, multiply it by the benefit base. But you can see with that 3% simple roll-up, plus 150% of index credits, we're going to really be able to amplify that income for that client. Here, take a look, 2-year S&P 500, enhanced fee. So we, again, have that 83% par rate. $100,000 in a 60-year-old client 10 years ago today. That benefit base would be at just short of $300,000, which translates to over $17,000 in lifetime income. Again, a great standalone sale from a non-guaranteed accumulation standpoint, or a great complementary sale alongside personal income annuity, personal protection choice, which we talked about up front. And when you look at the strength of those of those accumulation value, we saw on the accumulation side of things how the Nassau growth annuity is positioned. Take a look from an income perspective how the growth annuity stands. Again, 55, 60, 65, 70-year-old issue age, deferring anywhere from 5 to 15 years. You see Nassau's #1 in the industry in terms of non-guaranteed income. But even more important, we're not only #1, we're #1 by over double-digit % difference for up to 11, 12 years. So you're, again, giving your client the highest potential for accumulation as they, again, approach that distribution phase throughout their retirement planning. Look at the Smart Passage Index, though. You saw the difference from a return standpoint. Here, again, we've attached the Amplified Income Plus. We've also done the enhanced fee, so we're at 150% par rate. You can see 10 years ago today, 60-year-old client, $100,000 premium. That $100,000, we have a benefit base now of almost $438,000, which translates to just south of $25,000 in lifetime income. That's the story you need to be talking about, is the accumulation potential, the income potential. And if we sell this coupled with the personal income annuity, a guaranteed income, plus a maximum income potential, it provides a great sort of complementary sale with one another. And so you saw, again, from an accumulation standpoint, where things fell into play. Here you can see outside of that 2-year S&P, 2-year Smart Passage Index, where income falls. But again, the other great thing is you have the potential to allocate between any of the 7 different indexing strategies. So we can put together a customized illustration, not just focused on one of the strategies, but allocating within 2 or 3 of the different strategies. You can see what the illustration looks like here. We did 50% in the 1-year S&P 500, 50% in the 2-year S&P, and you can see after 10 years, you've got over $15,600 in lifetime income available to this client. So a great, great opportunity. Again, IAMS has the ability to put together some of these customized illustrations, but take a look. You're not going to see a product from a pricing standpoint, from a design standpoint, that offers a story that the growth annuity does with this Smart Passage Index. With the current rates, when you see so many other carriers going the other way, Nassau is excited to build partnerships, to build meaningful partnerships with products that provide real solutions. And the other great thing that I love about this growth annuity is it's a ton of flexibility. You know there's a 7 and 10-year product design. But based on how you like to sell, what your client's comfortable with or without fee, with or without managed indexes, you know you can design a plan based off of the S&P 500 to really align with goals and targets of your client. A great opportunity to really, again, help them reach the goals that they have throughout their retirement days. Now, last but not least, I know we're transitioning into 2020. Scott mentioned some great commission of potential opportunities, trip potentials that you have through IAMS. Because of your partnership with Nassau through insurance agency marketing, you are also eligible to qualify for our Elite Advisor program. You can see on the screen in front of you, this is the 2019. I don't have the marketing material yet for 2020, but for qualifying premium inside of the Elite Advisor program of $1.5 million, you're going to first and foremost get access to a yearly commission bonus. Your first year achieving that goal, you get 50 basis point bonus on your entire block of FIA sales for that year. If you're able to achieve that goal for a second consecutive year, we increase that bonus 25 basis points up to 75 basis points, and again, would get a beginning of the year bonus on your entire block of FIA sales. In addition to that commission special, you would also qualify for a Elite Advisor trip. Now, again, we haven't announced the location for our 2021 location, but you can see based off of last year's production, those that qualified would be joining us at the St. Regis Ball Harbor Resort in Miami Beach in April of 2020. So for a very, very achievable $1.5 million production, knowing you're offering products with the best guaranteed lifetime income, the best combo benefits or accumulation potential, you get some great incentives on top of everything that we've talked about. One of the other things that we're trying to do is give you tools and resources. We launched with the Smart Passage Index a website that helps you track the index. You can see real live updates. Your client can go in there and see how the product has performed over the last month, 6 months, year. We also rolled out new marketing material, fresher, cleaner, more 2020, if you will, versions of the product, leave behinds that can help your client understand the products, know what they have. A lot of great potential on that front. And finally, everything that we've talked about today is issued through Nassau Life and Annuity Company, a company that's been around for almost 170 years, in business since 1851. You can see we almost have 500,000 policies in force, $23 billion in assets. We actually insured Abraham Lincoln with a whole life policy. So we've been doing this for a long time. We are excited again about building meaningful partnerships in 2020 with the portfolio that we have and the relationships like insurance agency marketing. In fact, back in 2019, AM Best came in and saw all the work that Nassau was doing since they acquired the company in 2016, and we're one of, as far as I know, only 3 insurance companies over the last several years that received a rating increase. So a lot of positive things happening at Nassau Life and Annuity, excited about our partnership, and excited about sort of rolling up our sleeves in 2020 and helping insure clients, helping get clients through retirement, not just to retirement. So with that, again, Scott, I want to thank you for the opportunity to present here this morning, getting the year off on the right foot, January 2nd. I want to thank every single one of you that were on the call today. Hopefully you saw something from a product solution that you see the value and you can start adding to your portfolio of offerings in 2020. I've got IAMS contact number here, but I'm going to kick it back to Scott to close things out. But again, want to thank everybody. Excited to roll up our sleeves in 2020. Continue to earn your partnership in your business. Thanks again, everyone. Thanks, Scott.
Absolutely, Jake. Thank you very much for taking time with us today. As we do sign off here, I'm going to launch our final polling question of the day, just asking you if you'd like more information about Nassau. If you click yes, we will get you out information about the products as well as licensing information to make sure you have these great products in your offering portfolio. As I'm sure you saw, they really do have a robust portfolio, solutions for pretty much any scenario that you may have a prospect looking for. And I do like their tagline and the way they're built, not only to help you to retirement, but through retirement as well. I think that's a very, very true statement with the way they've built out this portfolio. That being said, we are right up at the end of our time here, so we will let everybody get back to their days. Jake, I want to thank you for your time. We really do appreciate it. I know 55 minutes out of your day is a lot to ask, especially at the start of a year, so we really do appreciate you joining us for this. And to everyone that joined us for the call, thank you very much. Again, 55 minutes out of your day is 55 minutes where you are not out actively marketing and prospecting. So we really, really do appreciate your time. I will have someone on my staff follow up with each of you to make sure that you've got everything you need in relation to Nassau. And if there's anything we can do to help, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Go out, have a great sales day, everyone. And again, thank you so very much for the time, and Happy New Year.